Hi everyone, it's been a long time since I made a video. Today I have a special one for you. It's a laminating machine. The brand name is Vevor, V-E-V-O-R, and the complaint is that it's not powering on. So let me just go ahead and plug it in. There's no power. There are two lights here. One is red for the power, but as we can see, no power. So I'm going to take a look at it. Hopefully you can learn something. So I've already removed the screws because I like to make my troubleshooting short as possible. I don't want to bore you with too much of the disassembly and stuff. So I have already taken the screws off, and this is the cover, two connectors. These are the switches. Now, my first suspicion, whenever there is no power on these laminating machines, is that the power switch may be damaged. My reason, because of the load, the current draw from these things, these switches seem very inferior, and to me sometimes they can't handle it and they melt. So I'm gonna do this thing in stages. Let me check the power card, make sure I'm getting continuity to the circuit board. So there's a little circuit board here where the power comes into. So let us see if I'm getting continuity, if the cable is good. I can also test it with voltage. By the way, it's 110. But I don't want to do that. What I will do is make sure that the power card is good. So my tester is on continuity. I'm going to check from the end of the card to the board. Yes, you can hear the beep, and there's continuity on one pin. You check the other one. Yes, there's continuity on the other pin. So this would mean that at least power is getting into the system. But is it going through the switch? Let's take a look at the switch. So these wires are separated in here. So the switch is this end one, this one, and it has two wires on it, a red and a black, with a connector that goes to the main board. So let's check for continuity on the switch. Ensure that the switch is good. So the switch is in off state. No reading. I'm going to flip it now. Yes, you can hear the beep, and there is continuity. So the switch is good, surprisingly. So my next troubleshooting would be on the board itself. So I'm going to remove the board, and we'll have a visual look at it for us. I inspected the top of it. I can see no bulging capacitors. It has a fuse. Let me check the fuse. The fuse is also good on the board. You can hear the beeping. You can see the continuity reading 0. So my next option is to remove the board and start testing some components. So guys, I can actually see something is wrong on this board. My very first inspection, let me just remove it so you can get a closer look at what I'm talking about. So here on the board, here you can see this track is burnt. This track is burnt out, and this track leads to these two contacts. This is where the switch actually connects. So the power comes in here, goes through the switch, and then to the board. because the fuse is good, but the switch, the one pin on the switch, the copper trace is burnt out. Now, I don't know if it's a problem with the board that causes or the switch itself. But what I observe is, let me show you, is that the same pin on the switch that is burnt kinda loose, and this machine is fairly new and it really didn't work for much time. So I'm assuming that when the switch was plugged in, when the connector was plugged in, it pushed this one pin, because I can see it pushed this one pin and it made contact with the frame. I can see a little arc right below the pin. So I'm thinking that short circuit, when the pin touched the frame, caused the copper trace to burn out. So I'm going to fix that copper trace, then I'm going to test the board, and then we'll know what's next. So let me go right ahead and replace and retrace this copper trace here. I'll use a piece of copper wire to make it back and to solve it properly. So just right. So I would need a piece of copper wire. So guys, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe so that when I post new videos, you can get notification. And you can share my video if you know there is someone it can help. And remember, in this workshop we use no schematics. Our workshop is situated in South America, Guyana. It's in the county of Berbice. So guys, if you have any comments, please comment below. If you like my method of troubleshooting, you can comment, give it a like. Yes, so I made the trace back from the pin all the way to the power line. So I'm just gonna do some basic component testing just to ensure there is no short on the board. But then again, if there was a short on the board, the fuse would have gone. So I think pretty much fine, because the problem was on the primary side. If it was on the secondary side, well, then I would have to do some component testing. But the fact that the primary side is okay is because the fuse didn't blow. So let's just reassemble and test this machine. connect everything. Good. Let's put this on. Connect the connectors. So everything is all plugged in. So let's go right ahead and plug this baby in. See what's gonna happen. Good. I'm all plugged in. So here you can look for the power light. Let's see what's gonna happen. Boom. And there we got the power light. Switch on the heat. You see the, you could set the temperature, you can see. So I'm just gonna set the temperature to minimal just to ensure that the ready light is on. Then we have another switch for the forward backward rotation of the machine. So let's see if the ready light is gonna come on. So guys, let me show you, there's a little sensor on the rubber wheels that normally pulls the plastic in, the little sensor. So that sensor has to sense the temperature that we set. We're set at around 130 degrees. So as soon as this sensor can sense 130 degrees, this green light would come on and say that it's ready. So let's see. I'll give it some time. Guys, I think this solved the problem. So if you guys like my video, once again, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you have any comments, feel free to do so. Let me know. So I'm just waiting on the ready light to come on. Let me show you. Okay, now the light is on. It's ready now. Here you can see the green light now is on. Okay, so guys, this concludes the video. I'm gonna reassemble. I'll do that off camera. Don't want to bore you with the reassembly too. And these things are pretty simple to disassemble and reassemble. So hopefully this video, I've learned something from this video, and if it can help anyone else, please share it. Because for that connector to break through and touch on the frame, I don't think the person who owned this machine or the user would have caused that problem, because they wouldn't have opened this machine to go inside to interfere with those wires. So this had to happen at the assembly of this machine. Maybe they pushed on the pin too hard, they connected too hard, and the pin break loose and went and touched there, but intermittently it was touching, or due to vibration started touching. So just to let you know, I don't think it's the user of this machine's fault. And catch you in the next one.